Hey there, Heather. Hello, there's Jeff Cutter. Now, welcome you to yet another OOTP Legends League not so game of the day because guess what? There are no games today. Every 13 days, well, after finishing 4 series, everyone gets a day off. So that means we have ourselves a standings day and all that, and what could be happening. So, as we take a look, we see the regular season stats and all that. The 93 Blue Jays are shockingly tied with the Yankees legends and the Bo Sox legends for tops in the AL East. The Yankees are the defending world champs. Boston made a massive comeback to make the playoffs last year, and the 93 Blue Jays, well, a seasonal team never has made the playoffs. So they started off 8-4, which has been great for this team. The Orioles are 6-6. The 04 Red Sox are 4-8. The 84 Tigers are 2-10 on an 8-game losing streak. The Yankees are on a 6-game winning streak after that embarrassment opening weekend against Seattle, but nevertheless, the 93 Blue Jays, as we take a look at their primary lineup of Alomar, White, Olerud, Molitor, Carter, Axstrom, Francisco, Sprague, and Schofield. You see their pitching and all that. Woody Williams with an ERA over 100, which is unfreaking fathomable. It is true. So, there is nobody on the injured list, so that's pretty good. Active roster, there are 6 people in the reserve. That's Willie Canadi, Delgado, Green, Domingo Martinez, Tom Quinlan, and Eddie Sosky. They'll be waiting to finale to get in, I feel. So we'll see what happens there. They're tied with the Yankees legends, who are 8-4, who have nobody on their injured list. Their reserve rosters, they have some key guys: Joe Chamberlain, Joe Gordon, and Tommy Heinrich, among others, in the reserves. So they're trying to get some help and all that, whenever possible. So that's what they're doing. While they have the team with Garrick, Mattingly, Roof, Mandel, DiMaggio, Cano, Dickey, Peckinpah, and Nettles. Speculative Steve Hamilton not doing well in the rotation. And the Red Sox legends 8-4. Clemens, Cy Young, Smokey Joe, Wakefield, Lester, the rotation. Right now, 4 saves by Papelbon. Not bad. Bard doesn't. Steve Speaker, Garcia Parra, Williams, Ortiz, Rice, Lynn, Pedroia, Boggs, and Fisk. Injured list: Ruben Melendez torn rotator cuff at 11 months. So, look at the 22-year-old who I think they picked up in the draft or something. Yeah, draft pick round 2. So, from White Plains, the chairman of the board, as they call him. So, yeah, he's on the injured list. The AL Central, the Royals crushing it. The Rose Legends 11-1 with an 8-game winning streak. The 91 Twins are second at 7-5. Cleveland's Legends are 6-6. The White Sox Legends are 2-10, which are kind of dismal, don't you think? Especially the White Sox. Kansas City 11-1. They have some big names: Jesus Sanchez and Calicano Kaweka. So those guys are 5-0. Like, they've got some great guys. Bill Bray, Ivan Castillo, their closer. So they've got some extra bodies, some newbies, and all that. Hard to believe that these guys can do it and all that. They have Gabriel Garcia at shortstop. So yeah, they don't have anyone on their injured list, which is unusual. But yeah, Carlitos and Sanchez looking pretty good. The AL West, Oakland Legends are 10-2. We saw them yesterday increase their winning streak to 5. The Angels Legends 8-4, Seattle 8-4. The 2017 Astros, the 2011 Rangers, and 2001 Mariners bring up the rear. 2011 Rangers have lost 4 straight. And we didn't talk about the 85 Royals and 1917 White Sox. Oakland 10-2. Great job there. And all that. So, great pitching staff and all that. Unfortunately, though, they do have a couple of major injuries. Andrew Bailey has a strained triceps. He will be out for about 4 weeks. 4 more weeks still. So Bailey pitched only one game and did not do so well. He has a strained triceps. He's 4-0. Last year, Al Simmons, oblique strain, 20 home run man last year, 700 bases in 11 games, but it's oblique strain. He's out for a month. So Oakland will have to go with, I believe they're going with Dwayne Murphy. Yeah, Dwayne Murphy at center field. So Dwayne Murphy is going to come in and play center field for the time being. The AL North, Toronto 8-4, with Detroit and Minnesota 7-5. The Legends, 27 Yankees, 70 Orioles, 20 Indians at the rear. Toronto up by 1. Holiday Key, Wells, Steven Guzman. See those guys up there. Buck Martinez, the catcher. No one's on their injured list, so that's good for the Blue Jays. The AL South, Texas leads with 9-3. Mark Houston and Tampa's Legends 7-5 each. 2002 Angels, 1929 A's, and the 2020 Rays are behind them. The Rays are won their second game, but they have not won since. Deha. You see the guy Nolan Jenkins, Rogers and Bosman, Ogando, a 40 ERA, which is terrible. See their starting lineup, organization, injured list. They're missing Pete Reichard with a torn triceps, and Pudge Rodriguez with a torn hamstring, out for a month. So that's the problem. An 88 RBI catcher like Pudge Rodriguez is out. So at catcher, you got yourself Sundberg, and then you have Napoli and Petrali. But I think Gino Petrali would be the odd man out, if you will. National League. The Mets Legends and the Cardinals Legends both 9-3. Yeah, the Cardinals moved from the South to the East this year. They're both 9-3. Philly Legends 6-6, 97 Marlins, 80 Phillies, and 2019 Nationals. Are behind them the Mets Legends 6 straight wins. Skip Lockwood. There's Apodaca. Quite good in all of them. Injured list. Well, Sid Fernandez sprained ankle. He hasn't been. They don't know when he'll be back. He had 16 wins last year. They don't know he'll be back. Neil Allen sprained ankle. Didn't really play. Hector Reyes, 19-year-old prospect, he's out. So yeah. So yeah, where are you gonna put Sid Fernandez? Because Good and Seaver, Dickey Guzman look good. I think you put him in the bullpen and take Apodaca out, or even Frank Viola. But no, I would probably put Sid Fernandez in the bullpen because everyone else has been picking up speed. Well, not Troy Gooden, but still. The Cardinals Legends 9-3. Gibson, Dean, Wainwright, Tudor, Chris Carpenter not doing that well, but the bullpen looks decent. And all that organization injured list. Harry Breachin out with bone chips. Out 4 months, he'll be out till August. He didn't play for the Cardinals last year, so we don't know when he'll be back. I have him. Pirates Legends lead the Central 10-2. They have a 7-game winning streak. The 64 Cardinals are surprised second. Cincy with a 5-7 mark. 60 Pirates, 82 Brewers. The Cubs Legends are 2-10. What's wrong with Chicago Legend teams? The White Sox and Cubs suck. Pirates, you see there. Deacon Philippe not doing well, but everyone else was doing quite well. Injured list. Dave Giossi out with a torn labrum. He hasn't played. Dave Parker sprained ankle out 2 weeks. He got hurt early last year, 21 RBIs in 44 games. I think he was supposed to be the starter right field. But now it's basically Roberto Clemente and then Paul Wainers. I would probably figure that Van Slyke is in. I think Van Slyke is practically in for the fact that no Parker, Van Slyke has to come in by playing Van Slyke. In the West, San Fran and LA, both double-digit wins. They're battling 6 straight wins for the Giants. They're 11-1. Diamondbacks Legends 7-5, 54 Giants, 22-7 Rockies, and the 06 Cubs. Giants 11-1. The only victim was Hal Schumacher in relief. Mathewson, Marichal Schmidt, Hubble, Lincecum. Starters 10 for 10. That's how you do it. Injured list: Gary LaFell, shoulder inflammation, probably out till September. He had a 1.67 year. He was 6-2 with 2 saves. He was doing pretty well. I think he got injured in the season, didn't he? Yeah, diagnosed with shoulder. He was injured September 2014 and then missed 5 to 6 months and then had a setback in December 2014. So yeah, so LaFell was a pretty good pitcher, but they held on to the 10-2 Dodgers. Noma and Kershaw were the only victims, but they have some pretty good players and all that. Injured list: Bird Hooden out 2 to 3 weeks with sprained ankle. Gil Hodges with strained groin. 33 home run man. He's out for a month, so Gil Hodges is not there. So I think Steve Garvey is the new first baseman. Dolph Camilli, you see there on the roster. Yeah, the first baseman, Steve Garvey. Dolph Camilli is made to be DH, I think. Put to be tied. In the North, the Montreal Expos moved from Washington. Now they're in Montreal. They're in the lead 8-4. The 55 Dodgers are second, 6-6. The Rockies Legends 6-6. 86 Mets, Milwaukee Legends, and the 75 Reds bring up the rear. Only the Expos and Dodgers have winning streaks going through. The other four are down below. So yeah, the Expos Legends. Love the colors and all that. Yeah, you got Pedro, Strasburg, Dennis, Gio, and Rogers, your starting rotation and all that. Great to see. Injured list: Andre Dawson with an intercostal strain. I know that feeling, brother. He's out for about 2 weeks, they said. 100 RBI man. He only had 2 games with the team. So yeah, Andre the Hawk Dawson's hurt. So that's pretty much putting up like Worth and Rondell White coming into the game and all that. Yeah, I think Rondell White's now have to play left field. And in the NL South, the Marlins up 9-3. Braves, Padres Legends 2-1. Diamondbacks 57. Braves and 98. Padres, the Marlins Legends, the leaders. You see those guys at the start. Mark Eichhorn, yeah, from the 93 Blue Jays. Yeah, surprised he made the Florida rotation. Injured list, nobody. So that's pretty good. So that's all. We will continue finish today because everyone's playing tomorrow. Everyone plays tomorrow. Do we have any news to concern himself? Hal Newhouse are doing his job. Medvick and Mays. And White gets his three. Bobby Avila has to call it a season. He had a broken bone in his elbow and is out for the season. He actually had 2 home runs. He had 3 home runs last year and 278 at bats. He had 2 this year, and now he's gone for the year. Boy, oh boy. Yep. Sore groin June, and then injured with a broken bone in the elbow, and will miss till December. Yeah, he had a grand slam last year against the 85 Royals. How many games did he play last year? He played 92. Yeah, he played 92 games last year, so he was practically the starting second baseman for a little bit. Now, 11 games. Now, what does Cleveland do? With this injury, that means Carlos Viagra has to come up and play second base for the season. So Cleveland, third in their division, now have a problem. So we look at the standings. We're going to look at the wild card. So Kansas City, Oakland, Texas, 93 Blue Jays, and Toronto Legends would all make it, with Seattle, Anaheim, Boston, and the Yankees Legends all tied all tied, right? Yeah. In the NL, San Fran, Pittsburgh, Miami, Montreal, and the Mets would all qualify. The Dodgers, the Cardinals, and the Braves would all make it through. Subleague. Yeah, the best team, Kansas City, the best team in the AL. San Fran, the best team in the National League. Everyone, the best seasonal team, the 93 Blue Jays, are 8-4. The 64 Cardinals are 7-5. Expanded standings, like differential, blah, 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 blah. Pythagorean, it would be the Yankees and Orioles Legends tied for first. The Royals would be first by Pythagorean. The West says Oakland. The North says Detroit Legends. The South say the Rays and the Rangers Legends. The NL East, Pythagorean says it would be the Mets Legends. The Central would be Pittsburgh's, obviously. The West would be San Fran. The North would be Montreal. And Brooklyn would be 4-8 by Pythagorean. And in the South, it would be a tie between Miami and the Marlins and Braves. So we look at the standings. We actually don't have the leaderboards. So the leaderboards. That's batting average right now. Jimmy Fox of Oakland's Legends 465. John Olerud of the 93 Blue Jays second. Lou Gehrig of the Yankees Legends are third. Home runs. McGuire's got 8. We just saw two of them fly yesterday, a couple of days ago. I guess you can call it that. 93 Blue Jays. Joe Carter has 5. Jermaine Dye has 5 home runs. RBIs. Lou Gehrig of the 27 Yankees with 18. McGuire of the Oakland Legends with 16. And Joe Carter of the 93 Blue Jays have 14. Ty Cobb leads in stolen bases. On OPS is Matt McGuire of Oakland Legends. Batter War, Jimmy Fox, a 1.2 winner war. Alan Trammell has a 19-game hitting streak, including what happened last year from the 84 Tigers. Chuck Finley leads in ERA with a decimal 5.6. Scott Kazmir, Mike Messina, Brad Peacock with 3 wins. Jesus Sanchez of Kansas City, the Phenom, 27 strikeouts, Nolan Ryan second, King Felix third. Saves, Francisco Cordero and Troy Percival. King Felix has the best pitcher wins above replacement. National League, Miguel Cabrera of the Marlins Legends, 458. Leads Fred McGriff of the Padres Legends and Johnny Kling of the 1906 Cubs. Home runs, Ralph Kiner of the Pittsburgh Pirates with 7. Lugo of the 2001 Diamondbacks with 6. And George Foster has 5 from the 75 Reds. RBIs, George Foster of the 75 Reds with 17. Strawberry from the Mets Legends and Walker of the Colorado Legends with 15. Johnny Evers, 10 stolen bases for the 1906 Cubs. Miguel Cabrera, the best OPS. Batter War is Mike Schmidt. The hitting streak, Robbie Thompson with a 15-game hitting streak, but that's not there. Gene Conley of the 57 Braves with a decimal 7.5 ERA. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I want to know. Wins, Candelaria, Koufax, and Smoltz. Strikeouts, Strasburg, Carlton, and Shaza. Rule 6 saves. Bob Gibson, the best pitcher war. And that's all you really need to know. Okay? Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.